Welcome back to VADA Live. I'm your host, Dan Kerrigan from VADA's headquarters. We are decorated for the holidays and we are chatting with President and CEO Don Hall. Hopefully you tuned in and watched part one of this two-part series and sitting down and speaking with Don on important topics now and in the future for the automotive industry. In this discussion, we're going to cover leadership culture and what lies ahead. Don, appreciate you coming back to VADA Live and sharing your thoughts.
Dan, always great to be with you, and thank you for the great efforts that you and your partners do on behalf of all dealers of Virginia.
Appreciate that, Don, and thank you. It's been fantastic to join everybody and learn and speak to various dealers as part of VADA Live. Wanted to chat with you about NADA Academy. It was an experience for you this year. What are some of the key takeaways for you that you want to pass along to dealers and dealer leaders?
First of all, I got an opportunity to enroll as a student. You'll not see me on automotive news. I'm not part of a particular class, but I've got a couple classes left now, and I'll be finished with the entire program. It's been a great experience. It's been great to kind of go back. I started in the car business back in the late 1970s, and so I've been around this industry for a long time. But I think the message here is this. If you're going to stay in this business, and I'm going to stay in this business for as long as my board is willing and my health is such where I can do it, then I want to make sure I know what's going on. And you as dealers and general managers, F&I managers, parts and service directors, you ought to be doing the same thing. Make sure you take advantage of educational opportunities. It's what allows us to understand and learn from others and also come back with some new ideas. Our business is changing, and if you're not changing with the times, you will be left behind for sure. That's the reason why I spend all week going in on a Sunday, coming back on 95 late on a Friday afternoon, but all week long going to class because I too want to continue to learn because I care about this business as I know you do.
Absolutely. In 2025, the year it was, how does your NADA Academy experience weigh into that? How big of a part was it? What are some other things that were key to this year for you at VADA?
I think, particularly in the parts and service program, 2 different weeks involved. I was a front-end guy long ago, a sales manager, F&I manager, general manager, and I didn't always pay attention or understand the parts and service to the degree, especially in the early 80s as I do today. But more importantly is this. Your people in the service drive touch 10 times more customer in a month and then a salesperson will ever. And it's probably even more than that. Service drive people matter. The people you put in there matter. If they have a great experience getting their car serviced, it really has an impact on what they do in the future. And more importantly, I learned this one more time. It's not just during the warranty time they want to have their business. We need their business when the car is out of warranty. We'll do that by making sure customers have a great experience in that dealership. And I'll tell you, that point was driven home to me over and over again in this class.
You had mentioned about how easy it is to lose sight of the fact that customers are the reason folks exist in the auto industry. How do dealers make sure that stays front and center and processes don't get in the way of serving customers, and you think about that holistically?
I think intellectually most people say, now, obviously customer is the most important thing. If they are the most important thing, and let me tell you what's even more important than that. That's the people who wait on those customers, the people in the service, the people in the sales department. Let's take care of our people. Maybe make a little less money, but let's take care of our people, meaning we're going to spend a little more money on our people, whether it's through the retirement or health benefits or time off, working shift work that fits. So younger people today, frankly, want to spend more time with their family, and God bless them for having that view. As a young guy, I never did. Key to key, bell to bell, whistle to whistle, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. That's the way it was. So our people matter a lot. And if our people matter a lot, then the people that come to our dealership to buy and have their car serviced will matter even more. Happy staff means an incredible customer experience.
And culture is something you would mention throughout this year as well. Any tips or any lessons or messages to dealers to make sure that culture is a priority, but also maybe some that recognize it needs to improve? Anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, I learned long ago, one, you lead from the front and you lead by example. Make sure general managers, make sure owners that if you've got staff working on the weekend or working shift work and so forth, that you make an appearance as well. Doesn't mean you have to be at your desk the entire time, but you lead by example. I'm not above being around. Make sure that you are doing things that are not expected of you to show others that you care about what goes on day in and day out. Manage by walking around. Make sure people know that you care. It's not just about the money or your toys or the things you have to do on the weekend or during the week and so forth. It's about them, the hard work they do in the dealership, and you show that by the way you take care of them and the way you lead them. And you lead them by showing them that you're not above anything in that store to make sure things are right.
Turning to 2026, and what's top of mind for us at VADA Live is the convention, which is June 22nd to the 25th, Marriott in Virginia Beach this year. It's also VA250. So question being, going into 2026, how important is the convention? How important is just looking ahead to the year? It's going to be a really unique one in a number of ways.
I find it fascinating that we don't have thousands of people who show up at these conventions. Again, this is your organization. It should matter to you. This is an opportunity. We'll have incredible speakers coming in from all facets of the industry. It's in Virginia this year. It's an easy drive. It's a 250th anniversary of this great nation. All worthy reasons to be there. If you can't be there, send some key managers. I had a dealer say to me one time, well, Don, I want my people back in the dealership working. You know, look, I hear what you're saying, but certainly you have some depth within your team that you have others covering for them. But at the same time, how come some of the best run organizations in Virginia will send 30 people to a convention? They will because they care, because it's not a waste of your time. There are such great things that happen in terms of the seminars, the meetings, the networking, and so forth. If things matter to you, this association should be one of your great priorities for sure. I hope you will send people to this convention and that you will even consider attending, because 250th anniversary does matter for the nation of this, the great nation of this country. And we're going to have lots of politicians there as well and other industry people. So please, please consider coming.
Don, for 2026, in your mind, opportunities and challenges for dealers across the state, what do you think they are?
We know factually nationwide that the processing fee, or doc fee as they're called in other states, are under attack. California had a pretty horrible experience recently we've been speaking about in our legal meetings. That matters. Processing fees are under attack. We've got folks now charging thousands of dollars in processing fees that are in our industry. It does not bode well for us. It is not a good story. It is not a good image. Make sure that you listen to the legal seminar. We'll have it out online soon enough where you can hear our comments and things you can do to help protect your processing fee and why you charge it. We also know that spot deliveries are once again being looked at, whether or not we ought to be spot delivering a customer and taking them out of their trade, or rather their trade, and then putting them in that brand new car, used or brand new car, and spotting that car. It's under attack. Ladies and gentlemen, these things matter a lot in your business, and that's why you need to come on the Dealer Day on the Hill in January. That's why you need to come to the VA Day convention, because we'll be talking about things that impact your business. It matters. You matter. Please get involved. If you're not, stay involved if you are.
And we're here, Don, chatting around the holidays in beautiful VADA headquarters. Maybe a personal question. What do the holidays mean to you? What does this time of year really offer you? Time to reflect, look ahead. Where's your mind amid all this and the beautiful decorations we're here with right now?
I think I answer that question by a couple different ways. One, again, December is usually a very busy month for me, because we are getting ready for the session in January, and there's a fair amount going on. With the election taking place, we've had lots of events, lots of things to do. So part of it's business. But I too have, children, and I have grandchildren, and that matters a lot to me as well. I'm not someone who had the good fortune of growing up with a lot of Christmas memories as a kid, being in a foster care program, and so I didn't have that normal existence, if you will. But I certainly, because of my two daughters and my five beautiful, wonderful grandkids, many of which are teenagers now, understand the importance of that. And so it's great joy to be able to celebrate some time thinking about life, thinking about why we celebrate Christmas, and thinking about the opportunity to be as family together And I think that right now you should be doing the same. Think about it's Hanukkah season as we speak. There are other holidays being celebrated as well during this time of year. It's a good time to be reflective, but it's also a good time to kind of think about what matters to you, and let's roll into 26 making a difference. Every day you should wake up with a view of always making a difference. No matter how small or how large that might be, you're making a difference, and that's the way you should live your life and the way I live my life every single day.
Appreciate you, Don. And you've been hearing from VADA President and CEO Don Hall. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. If you missed the first one, that's fine. You can check it out on our website or YouTube page. We've been hearing Don's thoughts on leadership, culture, and really looking ahead to 2026 from events to priorities. We thank you for watching VADA Live, and we're wishing you a happy holidays. I'm Dan Kerrigan. We'll see you next time.